hindi nyo lang alam, wala kayong idea kung paano rin nasasaktan ang mga magulang mo. Hello beautiful people of the world! Welcome back to my channel. This is Mommy Emmy, the Super Mom. Guys, Mother's Day is around the corner. As part of our Mother's Day edition, I'm going to discuss about a very interesting topic, which is things you should know about your mother. Actually, it's not just about your mother, even for both of your parents, your father also. Remember though that it takes growing up on your part to appreciate the grown-ups in your life. Kasi hindi mo naiintindihan ang mga magulang mo hanggat hindi ikaw yung nandoon sa level of thinking nila o kaya nandun sa position na kung saan sila. Like, for example, kapag nanay ka na rin, tsaka mo lang maiintindihan. Yan din yung naririnig ko sa eldest daughter ko na mother na rin siya. So, okay, so there are some points that I want to share with you guys, the things that children should know, especially the adult children, about their parents. As part of my Mother's Day edition, gusto ko tong i-share sa inyo para, just for an awareness and realization where your mother is coming from. Every time she reacts, every time that she is telling you something, or, how she expressed her disappointments, reactions of in so many ways with so many issues in life, especially the relationship of a mother and the adult children, So there's this first realization or thing that you should know about your mother, and I should say also with your father. The first one is you are actually their world. So I just to know if this is healthy as a parent, that that is the reality, because of course dahil laman siya at dugo siya ng dugo mo, laman siya ng laman mo, diba? Normal na nandoon yung pakiramdam na ang mga anak mo yung sentro ng buhay mo. At yun talaga yung dapat sa isa sa mga bagay na malaman ng mga anak. Pero in a way, wag siyang maging cause ng or being controlling or obsessed with your kids to the point that you don't give them space to grow and to learn things, especially being an adult also. That's one thing that an adult son or daughter should realize, why sometimes your mother is being possessive. Sometimes this can make you feel sad, like how your mother do things for you and your father doing a lot of jobs just to provide for the family, and because you are the center of their world, they become selfless and they learn to forget the things that they really wanted for themselves. That's the first one. And the second one that you should know about your mother or your parents is they flip-flop on their feelings. Sometimes they will tell you that you do this is the right thing to do, that is wrong, and this should be the thing that you should be doing. Your parents' opinions change, but as you grow up, you realize that biggest uh, constant in life is change, and the same is true of your uh, parents or mother's feelings, because there are times that their opinion is really based to the situation. They constantly change their minds. As the saying goes, that the only constant thing in life is change, and the same is true of your parents' feelings. The third one is they have demons and a past and scars, just like you do. But of course, since they are older than you, they must have greater scars or bad past or things, that still haunts them. It affects how those experiences or those demons in the past or scars, bad experiences really affects how they reacts in every situation or issues between you and them. So it's really hard to imagine that our parents having lives before us. But when you do come to understand the reasons behind their behaviors, so that's the only thing that you will understand why they react like this, why they live their life like this, things like that. You should learn why there are parents that even though they are adults already, they are very fond of a certain toy. They will collect something. Maybe they are deprived with those things. No, parents who are fond of having lots of shoes, lots of bags, maybe they are deprived during their childhood of those things. That's why, the things like that, and why they are being very protective about you. Maybe they have their experiences in the past that put them into a very risky situation. That's one thing that you should know about your parents or your mother. The fourth thing is they're not happy all the time. Of course, just like you have also they have also their bad hair day. They have their bad mood. Don't take it personally, and that is also okay, just like you. Just because they put on a very brave face every day for you doesn't mean that they don't experience pain and misery sometimes. Just like, especially this time that we are in this at the middle of this pandemic, that there are lots of things that your parents worried about, like the sources of income are affected with this pandemic. It's just natural that your parents are being worried or being sad that they can't be happy just like yesterday or a week before or whatever. They are also human. They are There are lots of things that made them sad also. you know though sometimes it's hard to see your parents and happy, especially when they do everything that to make sure that we are happy, their children. Everyone has a rough day or bad moment also. It's just tough to watch someone you love go through it. Sometimes, no, nagtatantrum din ng mga parents, especially if they're going through a lot of things. Then, children couldn't get it. Children couldn't understand what their parents are going through. So that's also a thing, that your parents are not happy all the time. Your mother is not happy all the time. The fifth one is they want baby you forever. Yeah. Sometimes it's a struggle for me as a mother to let go of my children, to realize that they are already an adult, that I have always that urge to baby them, to, but there are times also if things are not going well, that's the time that a parent or a mother retires at some point, which means they'll return some of the focus back to themselves, na marirealize mo, may isip mo na it's time that I should focus on myself also kasi, you've done your part already as a mother, you've given everything, you put all your attentions, your effort, your love for so many years for your children until they got adults. So it will, your parents, your mother will come to a point wherein they will quit on treating you as their baby. There will come a time that your bedroom, they might turn your room into a library or something, they don't count you anymore to be there in that house. At some point they are going to cut the cord and make you do it on your own. They just want to make sure you can be completely independent when they're no longer around. No. Though at this point in my life, I'm still struggling on that. But I know very soon that it would be easier for me to let my kids go and have their own independence, especially that they are already at the right age. So it's just a matter of time for me to adjust that I will be having my two sons only inside my house because my three girls are all adult already, and eventually, you know, it will be me and my husband who will be left in the house, just the two of us. We're back in each other's arms. But that's the reality, you know. So those are the things that children should learn, that eventually your parents will cut that cord, will cut that, that they will be always there to take charge of your life. So, but I'm sure adult children would be wanting to have their independence or their freedom to do things the way they want. Next is they don't know how to have fun. It means that, kids doesn't know that their parents also know how to have fun on their own. They have also this childlike nature. They know how to play. Sometimes you will be uh, surprised to discover that they are more cool than you. Parents have their own time sa buhay nila na they were once a kid, a teenager who have, experienced some fun with their adolescent life. Sometimes you view your parents as the anti-fun, when in reality, they have a better time than you. And Netflix on a Tuesday, or you legitimately want to be friends with them. Sometimes you will discover that you have something in common when it comes to doing something that is entertaining to both of you. The next thing that you should know about your mother or your parents, there will be a time that you have to be their parents. What do you mean by that? That may lagi kaming expression ng mga kapatid ko na ang hirap magpalaki ng mga magulang. Well, I just hope I'm not like that. But there are times that if you are already an adult, there are times that you will be their parents or you will stand as a parent for them also. One of the hardest parts of growing up is also watching your parents getting older. You become more and more aware of their own mortality and the importance of good health. You stop taking for granted their mental stability and ability to care for you. And you start imagining that it will be like to care for them. It's not always that your parents are strong. It's not always that your mother will be there for you. Because, as they age, they also become weak and they have their own needs also that they should be taken care of. But of course, there are some parents or there are some mother, they doesn't want to be a burden to their children. Kahit papano, bigyan mo rin sila ng panahon. 'Di ba? Kasi darating din sa point na yung mga parents natin, pag tumatanda, nagiging insecure na yan, and they are longing for our attention just like you when you were a child. So just a simple call, just doing things for them. Kasi alam mo, ang mga matatanda, sobrang babaw lang mga kaligayahan yan eh. Bigyan mo lang sila ng panahon, i-date mo lang sila kahit saglit man lang, tawagan mo man lang sila, or padalhan mo man lang sila ng niluto mo, things like that are very, they won't really demand you with so much of your time. They just want to feel that they are still loved even though you have your own life already. So it means a lot to them. And number 8, medyo nagiging emotional lang. Ayan. So, number 8, they don't know everything. So, even though they are your parents, she is your mom, you're old enough now to recognize your parents don't have the answers to everything. Despite being older, role model figures, they can be just as clueless about life as you are. You can go to them for anything, but that doesn't mean that they'll always be able to help. Having parents who are grounded and rooted with the Word of God is a bonus and a plus. It's actually a big thing. Next is, they are still scared of being adults too. Of course, just like you, being an adult means a lot of responsibilities, because you need to think of money, future, savings, health, and everything. It makes you realize that growing up doesn't get any easier. And your parents can be insecure as well. The bigger, the older you get, the bigger the responsibilities. Okay? Just because they can manage you doesn't mean they are better of managing themselves. The reason they understand you so well, they're going or have gone through it too. Kaya nga madalas sinasabi niyang mga magulang, diba, na makinig ka sa akin kasi mas nauna ako sa'yo sa duyan. It's based on experiences. But of course, they are afraid also of being an adult. The next point is, you need to realize that your mother or your parents, they need love just as much as you do. Your parents, your mother, your father, are still people with real wants and needs and desires. They have passion, even if they haven't been able to fulfill it, which is why they are most passionate about the family they do have. No, even though they are that so loving kind of people, parents does need your love as well. Why do you think that they are begging you to come visit so often and calling you every day just to check it? They want to hear and feel your love, them. No, but sometimes ang mga anak nami-misunderstood nila why parents keep on calling them. No, parang sa mga anak, istorbo lang yun. Yung kapag nakikipagkwentuhan ka sometimes, parang hindi sila interesado sa mga sinasabi mo. Pero hindi nila nare-realize that parents also are human being. They need love as well. They need their attention as well. Na minsan yung kakadaldal ng nanay mo or ng tatay mo sa'yo, hindi mo lang nare-realize na namimiss ka nila, na gusto rin nila na maramdaman na mahal mo sila, na yung attention mo na sa kanila, na yun, na yung minsan lang kayo magkasama, pero most of the time, hawak mo yung phone mo, na kahit kasama kanila, parang hindi rin. Kasi you are busy entertaining other people with your phone, And then, pag may gusto kanila kakwentuhan, pero hindi nila magawa kasi you are physically present, but you are mentally absent kasi yung attention mo nasa kausap mo, nasa ka-chat mo, or sa ka-video call mo. So nowadays, yun yung mga bagay na hindi nare-realize ng mga anak nila. Pero sana it will never be too late for children to realize that life is so short, especially with what is happening right now, Dapat we treat every day as if our last day, that we will avoid, putting conflicts or letting our parents down and putting other people first over them. No? So, hindi natin alam kung anong mangyayari sa kinabukasan. Sana lang, tayo bilang mga anak, it will never be too late for us to express our love to our parents, because that's all they are wanting to feel, and that's all they are asking from you. Most of our parents need love as well. So, don't waste time every time that you have a chance to call them, to visit them. Make the most of it. Because, with this pandemic, ang daming nangyayari, diba? Ang daming nawawala sa mga taong alam natin, na yung, alam mo yun, ang dami ko nang nakikita na paano nangyari yun. Kausap ko lang siya kahapon, tapos ngayon wala na siya. Sana tayo bilang mga anak, hanggat meron tayong chance, huwag natin palagpasin yun, kasi may mga bagay na hindi na natin kayang ibalik. At isa yun kapag when our parents left us. Next is, you don't have to agree with them. But with all respect, you need to listen to what they are saying. There are times that your parents, your mom and dad can be wrong. You're your own person now, and you have your own well-formulated opinions that may not align with your parents. It's okay to see things differently based on your own experiences. You're old enough to disagree with your parents, but you're still young enough to take their advice on things. You don't need to insult your parents just because you disagree. You don't need to put a fight just because you don't agree to what they are saying. Just always, despite of disagreeing, you need to maintain that respect, the honor that you're supposed to give to your parents. Next point is they flawed humans. As what I've told you a while ago, that they are also humans. No? They make mistakes also. They cry, they can be mean, they can say things they don't mean. They mess up big time, you know? Your parents are still learning from their actions, even their quest to do the right thing. You can't be perfect all the time, just like they taught and have accepted from you. We are all humans, but as I've said, as children, we always have that obligation to honor and to respect our parents, no matter how human they are. And the last thing that I want to let you know, children, is that no matter how angry they are with what you did, but when you are hurt, they feel your pain double. They are more hurt, big time. Akala mo lang yun. Sometimes may iba-iba kasi na expression ng love ang parents, di ba? Minsan yung mga bata na nadidisgrasya, nadadat pa, nasusugatan, may mga magulang na nag-express ng pag-aalala nila through anger. Yung galit na sila. Bakit hindi ka kasi nag-iingat? Bakit ka kasi, di ba? Yung mga ganong bagay. Pero it doesn't mean that they don't love you. Actually, may iba't ibang expression ng pag-worry at pagmamahal ang mga magulang natin, di ba? So, they have their own love language that you need to understand and you need to know para hindi kayo nagkakaroon ng misunderstanding, no? So, pero yun lang, yung mga situation, may mga instances na kahit na galit sila sa'yo, tapos you come to a point wherein may mga issues and conflicts na nangyayari sa buhay mo na nasasaktan ka. No, hindi lang nila sinasabi, but they are affected also. And they feel you, no? Because being a parent, everything about your children or your child, affects you. Mga masasama, mga masasakit na mga bagay na nangyayari sa kanila, sa mga anak namin, hindi nyo lang alam, wala kayong idea kung paano rin nasasaktan ang mga magulang mo. Sometimes, naalala ko pa nga, yung bago pa akong mother, dahil sa kailangan mo disiplinahin yung anak mo, kahit na pinapalo mo siya, mas doble yung sakit na nararamdaman mo dahil pinapalo mo siya. Naalala ko rin dati kasi talagang minamano-mano ng husband ko yung pagbubunot ng ngipin ng mga anak ko. Yun, nag-aaway kami kasi every time naririnig ko na umiiyak yung anak ko dahil binubunot yung ngipin niya, naiiyak din ako. Dami yung mga bagay. Kaya, adult children, sa mga adult na mga anak dyan, huwag niyong kalimutan na ang mga magulang nyo, kahit na may sinasabi silang masasakit sa inyo, hindi ibig sabihin na they really meant it, na talagang gusto ka nilang saktan, kundi may mga bagay lang sila na gusto nilang maintindihan mo. Walang magulang na gugustuhin nilang mapasama ang mga anak nila. Though there are some exemptions, no? But they are very few parents na talagang hindi nag-iisip ng ikabubuti ng mga anak nila. But mostly of the parents, no, ang gusto lang nila ay ang ikabubuti mo. Yung mga anak dyan ay maging aware sa kung ano yung mga bagay na magpapasaya at nagpapasama ng loob ng mga magulang nila, ng mga parents nila. Hindi man natin sinasadya, but that's the way it is. Kaya mas nalilimitahan yung mga misunderstanding pag naiintindihan natin yung mga reactions ng bawat isa. At kapag naiintindihan natin where your parents are coming from, I would be glad to hear from you, to express your appreciation to your parents, especially to your mother, since we are celebrating a Mother's Day this coming May 9, this Sunday. So don't hesitate to make a comment, or if you want me to greet your mother, just put her name in the comment box. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell so that every time I published a video, you will be notified. And I will appreciate also if you will click the icon like and share. Thank you so much, guys, and to all mothers out there. Celebrate your motherhood and enjoy your day. Happy Mother's Day to every mothers out there. So stay safe and healthy all the time, guys. See you next time. God bless.